Welcome to This Might Change. This Might Change is a podcast that I'm starting right now. Yeah, right now. I might have recorded this like 5 to 6 times because I was talking too much rubbish. So, I don't have a script for this podcast because honestly, I don't have a final version of myself either. This is a space for thoughts. This is a space for thoughts that are still forming, where you know we're still figuring it out. The opinions that are not said yet, and the conversations that might sound differently by the end of this year, and that's okay. That's totally okay because we are going to change. That's what life does. I'll be talking about growth, self-doubts, confidence, becoming an adult, figuring things out, and everything in between. Some days I might be like really hyped and sure about myself, and some days I might not be. And that's kind of the point where I take one day at a time, where I let myself change, and it's totally okay. So if you're fit, so if you're still figuring things out, you're in the right place. So let's begin. So let me introduce myself. So what am I? What if a kid comes to me and asks me, what are you? Who are you? I'll just say, I'm Himani. Basically, I'm a very curious person. Sometimes that curiousness needs to be contained. Yeah, that is like very unhealthy. During few moments. I'm a very curious person. I like to learn a lot. I'm a very creative person. I like doing things, anything creative. I just like to do things. That sounded wrong, but yeah. I like to challenge myself. That's what I do. That's what we all do. We should challenge a lot. We should challenge ourselves. So that will change. Okay. I'm a very conversation type person. I might appear as this mean, rude, and kind of unapproachable person. The last one to approach because I always have this face. Like I'm always judging him. Yeah. So once you get to know me, the people who know me, yeah, they have thought the same. But once you get to know me, you know that it's like the total opposite. That's one thing that I'm like the most misunderstood about. Why do I want to start this podcast now? This podcast has always been in my mind. I always wanted to do podcasting, blogging, basically sitting here. There's many of us going through a lot of things, and there are many people who are trying to figure out the same things as we are. When we talk to our friends about our issues, about our problems, we know then that like they have also gone through this, and we can relate. They can relate. They can judge. They can guide you, provide you with opinions, everything. So I want to be that. I want to be the online friend that you would want to listen to. I just yap. I'm not a huge yapper, but yeah, I like to yap now. That's my 2026 resolution. Who is this podcast for? Sometimes you just want to chill, and I want to be the podcast that you listen to, just for chilling. And sometimes it can go deep because the conversations we have with our friends go from one topic to another topic. It suddenly goes from talking about oranges, and suddenly it goes about talking about the politics, everything. It's like goes into depth, and sometimes you just sit and wonder, wow, yeah. So Mhm. Let's talk about one thing. So, what I believe in. Believe in? No. Let's talk about one quote that I like to live by. That I love listening to quotes and I always keep them in my mind. That's my new motto. I keep collecting quotes. So, the quote that stayed with me for a longer time was there's this video of Timothy Chalamet. He says, "Life is coming from you, not at you." And there's like an extension to that. I don't remember it exactly, but it is that. Yeah, life is always going to come from you. It is not coming at you. If not everything that you face in your life is an attack, it is something that you need to solve. You just have to sit, figure things out, feel it, process it, and then figure it out. Yeah, figuring out doesn't mean that it should be impulsive. Impulsiveness is always a no. Always a no. It's not right. Impulsiveness is like good in some cases, but impulsiveness met with intentions. This is a perfect combination to deal with life. Everything you need to do should have an intention. If you have intentions, the universe will guide you. That's what I feel. If you're true with your intentions, if you're true with what you do, if you are true with your karma, all these things. If your intentions are true, the karma will pay back. If someone says to you like, I hope karma gets you, it should feel like a blessing rather than it's like threatening. So this what I basically live with. Hmm. So let's talk about things that I'm learning and unlearning. Let's talk about two things. Things that I'm learning right now. Self-love and pushing myself to be the best. It's not like pushing myself, it's like exploring my potential. It's like that. And what am I unlearning? Not everybody needs to be pleased. You just can't say no. You just can do whatever you want because it's your life. You need to have boundaries. And not everybody is going to move with the same intentions that you have. And it's never to it's never bad to ask questions. And unlearning all the shame. What do you mean by shame? All kinds of shame, like vulnerability, societal, peer pressure, trying to fit in, mistakes and failures. What's that? It's like feel the shame, like what's the point? You'll never be free if you are like sit with this if you sit with the shame, then you really think about like the shame comes from insecurity, the shame comes from not doing any actions. And providing actions gives freedom to that shame that I'm doing right now. I was shy about posting content, I was shy about podcasting or blogging, everything. But this year I don't want it to be like that. Let's have an let's have an amazing year, an amazing life. I want to end this episode right now. Let's talk in the next.